does put a smile on my face.
Avengers Infinity War. Oh my gosh. Holy crap. Avengers Infinity War is an amazing movie. I wouldn't say it's great or, the best movie of all time, but it's amazing. I really loved it. I've been waiting for even more than 10 years. I've been reading comic books before the Marvel thing came out, and finally, after all this time, this is the biggest thing. It is the biggest movie of all time, is Avengers Infinity War. And I loved every single part of the movie. Yes, there were problems. There was a lot of it. The movie felt really clustered. I didn't feel like a lot of characters had their special moments. But still, most characters I felt like really were great in this movie. I think most of the cast had really big moments. Some of them really didn't, I would say Falcon and War Machine. But everyone else, I think, had really, really good. Also, Black Widow didn't really have a lot too, but everybody else I felt was really good. Especially the main player, which is not really any Avengers, Thanos himself. He took a lot of the movie, but still, everyone got time. They split some characters, I understand that, but still, getting all these characters, being okay, yeah, I understand there's gonna be two who didn't get a lot of screen time, it makes sense, but still, it's it's crazy to get all these characters the exact amount of screen time when you're still introducing a kind of a new character. Well, there are other characters who didn't get, a lot of screen time or a lot of development, like Children of Thanos, but that's later. But Avengers Infinity War, I think, was actually a really great movie. There was problems. Some of the CGI looked off at some points. I felt like some of the characters were rushed, and some parts really didn't need to be there, like where Thor was with Rocket and they were trying to make a Stormbreaker. I felt that part was didn't really need to be in the movie, but still, I thought the movie was a really great movie. I hope everyone liked it, because I know a lot of people liked it. Some people didn't like it because it was clustered, which I kind of can't understand why. So let's get into the review. Thanos, I think, besides Killmonger, is probably the most likable villain, because Thanos does not play. He's really likable. Honestly, I really like Thanos in half this movie. Because, okay, he didn't want, to destroy half the... Well, he did, but he was sympathetic still at that same point. You got stuff from his origin, and, the scene where he... Spoilers, well, the movie came out 2 months ago, so when he killed Gamora, I thought that was really heartbreaking when he did that, but it was great. I really loved Thanos as a villain. I really liked him. In the comic books, Thanos really doesn't act like this. Thanos, I think, he was not really sympathetic. Some comics he was, most comics he was just, a big jerk who wanted to kill half the universe. He just felt, kind of overpowered. Thanos in this movie, I felt like he was amazing. I really liked Thanos in this movie. And how he carried most of the movie by himself, honestly. Some of these characters, Iron Man, Spider-Man, they carried the movie, but Thanos, I felt was 50% of the movie he carried, and I really liked him. And especially with the ending with Thanos, well, I'll get to later, but it was really sad, especially with Thanos. And all the stuff he's done to the movie, he was really sympathetic. I felt really bad for him when he do certain things. Thanos, I can understand where he's coming from, kill half the universe, but he's lost a lot. Same thing with Killmonger, they've lost a lot, and they're trying to save everybody, they're trying to show everybody their way of thinking, which both are really messed up, and would only have, worse things coming, but still. Or, well, kind of the other 30% who carried the cast, Mr. Tony Stank, from Civil War. It's Tony Stark. But Tony Stark, I really felt like Tony Stark really did carry some movie with Thanos. I feel like him, Thanos, and a couple of the characters were probably the most interesting. Because Iron Man really did carry the film with Thanos, honestly. I really did. Okay, now, Iron Man, he doesn't really change his character. For the first Iron Man, he's changed the character, but really, he's shot in this movie, but there's really nothing to say. He didn't really have, an outstanding performance. At the end, it was kind of outstanding. I felt really bad, but still, I really liked Iron Man, especially his chemistry with Doctor Strange, and just seeing him meet back with Bruce Banner, I really wanted. That was kind of funny to see him meet all his old friends. He still didn't meet Cap for some reason. I was kind of mad about that since he didn't, him and Cap didn't meet again. I was kind of mad about that. But still, seeing Iron Man's chemistry, everybody, and the new, it's not the Bleeding Edge suit. They haven't confirmed it's the Bleeding Edge suit, but it's close to it. This suit is awesome. I love everything it does about it. But still, Tony Stark was really good in this movie. I felt like he could have did a little bit more, maybe like, maybe I wanted him to be Cap in this movie. That's what I really wanted. Like, maybe, squish their beef after Civil War, but they never really did anything about that. And it was kind of weird. Like, I thought they would like meet at the end. Maybe at the end they would kill everybody, but maybe at the end they would squash their beef, and then Captain America died, and Iron Man would be like, you're sad and stuff. But still, I really liked it. But still, I felt like Iron Man could have more potential with some of the chemistry with other characters. Like, he did have chemistry with the Guardians, but I really did like that too. But still, I would have liked it if he met, if he would have met the original Avengers, like Cap and those old friends they fought, stuff like that. And I really liked this movie. Spider-Man probably, I think, was my favorite character besides Thanos, because Spider-Man, you guys know I really like Spider-Man. I like Batman better, but still Spider-Man's like my third favorite superhero. I really did like Spider-Man. He was really good in this movie. I felt like he got a lot of time. Like, he kind of blew up everything. Well, not blew up, he had more parts I enjoyed besides with Tony Stark. His starts were more outstanding. Like his chemistry with Star-Lord, I really enjoyed. And, the ending, we all know the ending where poor Peter Parker passes away because Thanos snapped his fingers, and oh my gosh, that was, okay, I saw the movie twice, alright? The first time, I was sad, but the second time, I was actually crying, because oh, why did I do to Spider-Man? That was so sad. But yes, I really did like Spider-Man in this movie, especially continuing the father-son relationship with Tony Stark. I remember someone made a joke saying that he was gonna say Uncle Ben before he died. I know it's kind of messed up, or he was gonna call him Dad or something. But I like how they kind of continued the chemistry. Like when Spider-Man was trying to help Tony Stark tried to get him out the way. I like how they continued that from Homecoming, which it was kind of interesting. Like I really did like that. I thought I thought he still would have trusted him, but he still doesn't trust Spider-Man. Like, I feel that was kind of interesting. Like, it kind of makes sense, even though he did fight Vulture and stuff, he still doesn't fully trust Peter Parker. And that's something I thought was kind of interesting, how, he still doesn't trust him. The Iron Spider suit was awesome. I don't like it how it looks. It just looks like the Spider-Man costume, just more metallic and little, tendrils in the back. I would have liked it if it was like the comic book version, which the comic book version is golden red. That one, it looks sweet. I'm kind of mad that it just looks like this. It's not bad, but I'm not really excited for it. It's cool, alright? But I would like it as the comic book version. I know this is kind of a minor nitpick, but still, I really would have liked it if he would have, had the Iron Spider suit. But honestly, Spider-Man was probably the most likable character for me, besides Thanos, because he probably was my favorite. He kind of, took care of everybody by storm, honestly. So, besides another character who's probably everyone's fan favorite from Infinity War. So, I thought something really interesting about Doctor Strange. And when I first saw Civil War, I kind of already knew that, Tony Stark and Doctor Strange would have met up. But like, at first I thought, they're kind of, both arrogant jerks. So I thought they would, came together. But honestly, they clashed, like, a lot. And I was kind of confused. But then, it kind of makes more sense once you see the second time why they clashed. Because they really had different beliefs. But still, from first Iron Man and from Doctor Strange, they were both really arrogant and became jerks. But they still act like jerks. Like, they still do. But I thought they would have, became friends and clashed a little bit. But for half the movie, they didn't really like each other. Like, honestly, I felt it was kind of confusing. But still, Doctor Strange, I really liked him in this movie. It was really nothing in particular he did that was kind of amazing. He did do something that was really dumb, like, giving Thanos the time stone when Tony Stark almost got killed. I thought that was kind of dumb. Because I thought Stephen would just, let him die. Like, that would have been shocking. But, if Iron Man would have died, all Avengers would be like, it's good, at least you kept the time stone. You didn't let, Thanos get to it. I thought that would have been kind of cool. But no, he just gives it to Thanos. Now, everyone got screwed over because, you saw the movie. But Stephen Strange, I thought he was kind of interesting. I want to see more of Wong, which I don't have any pictures of Wong right now. But I really want to see Wong and Doctor Strange. them two more. Well, I want to see Wong more with Doctor Strange, but still, Doctor Strange didn't do anything particular. Honestly, I would have really liked it if he would have fought Thanos in that weird dimension from Doctor Strange, like, you know, all the things that were repeating themselves. That would have been amazing. But Thanos with the gauntlet and changing reality while Doctor Strange put him in the mirror dimension. Well, it wasn't the mirror dimension though. It was something like that. But you know how everything kept repeating from Doctor Strange, like all the buildings kept like changing and that'd have been so awesome. And I was kind of mad it didn't show that. But even so, Doctor Strange did, like, you know, showed like thousands of himself, and you know, it had the little lashes. And that was awesome. That was so cool. Still, Doctor Strange did kind of break the theater by storm. I really would have liked it if he would have went to the more psychedelic stuff, like, you know, maybe throwing Thanos into one of those dimensions, and Thanos was, you know, tripping out like he was high or something. I would have liked that, but still, Doctor Strange I thought was likable enough. I'm still kind of confused by him and Tony clashed, but still, Doctor Strange was good enough for me. So, you know, people are frustrated, irritated, like, mad that the Hulk got beat like in the beginning of the movie and then never showed up for the rest of the movie. Now, I remember the trailer where there's a scene where the Hulk was getting torn down by the little things called, I forgot what they're called, but you know what I'm talking about. They were all tearing apart the Hulkbuster. I thought the Hulk was gonna pop out, plus it was like a whole bunch of toys trying the Hulk break out the Hulkbuster. So I was like, maybe, but they catch us by storm, and I thought it was kind of interesting. I do like Bruce Banner. Like, honestly, Bruce Banner is kind of like my second favorite character because how funny he is, kind of weak he is. I really liked him in Thor Ragnarok. Like, I like him more than Hulk for some reason. I thought he was more funny. I'm so mad that Hulk didn't show up. You know, we all thought Hulk would have just came in and just whooped Thanos like he did with the Ultron and would just take him to the curve. But no, that just shows how powerful Thanos is. Like, honestly, if you make Hulk do that, that shows you how powerful Thanos will and is. That made no sense. That sentence made absolutely no sense. But you guys get what I'm trying to say. Thanos is powerful and he whooped the crap out of Hulk in the beginning of the movie. And then, you know, killed Heimdall, which I'm still sad they killed off Heimdall, though. But, you know, crazy, absolutely, how Hulk didn't show for half the movie. And a lot of people are mad about it, but, you know, in the next Avengers movie, Hulk's gonna be furious. I'm calling him Sulk right now, because, you know, he's sad, so Sulk. But in the next movie, he's gonna be Hulk again. He's gonna come out and just tear Thanos apart, but Thanos is probably gonna whoop him again, but Hulk's gonna, you know, keep trying to be Hulk. So, yeah, you know. The Guardians and Thor. The Guardians and Thor, I think, were really interesting. Well, half the Guardians, half Thor, because they all split it up, and then some of them met Tony Stark. The other ones met Black Panther and friends. But okay, I really like Thor. Thor has become a fan favorite. Now, Thor 1 and 2 they were well received, but if we really watch them again, weren't that good. Especially Thor the Dark World it's something. It's something. It's not bad, but it's not in particular interesting. It's like what they did with certain characters just felt kind of dumb. But okay, Thor has become our fan favorite after Thor Ragnarok. You know, they changed up everything. But Thor, I really enjoyed his chemistry with the Guardians. We already knew he was gonna meet the Guardians, and we already knew, you know, all this stuff. But his chemistry with Star-Lord, Star-Lord didn't do nothing. You have a guy with martial arts and knives who jumps around and probably would kill himself. Your girlfriend knows martial arts too. You have a raccoon with a whole bunch of guns and a tree that can grow anywhere he wants, or make, you know, kill a whole bunch of things. And you just have 2 guns and a jetpack. I mean, it's not bad. He has a couple grenades, but still, all of the characters can kind of, you know, really shows that Star-Lord isn't the best. Guardians Volume 2, I thought they would show, you know, him with his powers, or he would have kept him or something, but no, he lost him. And even all the Guardians do not respect him as a leader, which is kind of funny. And I thought it was kind of interesting, you know, that Star-Lord's kind of sucky. I mean, he is. But all the chemistry that Star-Lord had with Thor, which, you know, he was jealous of Thor because, you know, Gamora kept hitting on him. I thought that was kind of really funny. And, you know, Thor in this movie is everyone's fan favorite because him and Scarlet Witch, I'll get to later, she was tearing apart everyone. Well, they were tearing apart everybody. I really liked his chemistry with Groot and Rocket, because Rocket was really funny, especially the thing with not Star-Lord, but Winter Soldier, the joke he made about the arm. And it was just really funny. Like, all of them meeting together, I thought was really funny and kind of incredible to see all of them on screen with Thor. And yeah, Thor, I think, has become probably my second favorite character in this movie, besides besides Spider-Man, because, like, you know, even though all the crap he's went through, like he mentioned, his brother died in the beginning of the movie, which I'll get to Loki's death later. After, you know, his mom got killed in Thor: The Dark World, his dad passed away in Ragnarok, his brother's dead, his sister turned to be evil and destroyed all his people, then all his people died, his best friends got killed, you know, he's still happy, like, mildly, and I just thought that was like, oh my gosh, Thor, you lost so much, but it was really funny, like, especially with the eye thing, which in the movie, you know, Rocket gave him a new eye in a different color. I don't know, it was funny, because towards the end, I couldn't, seeing it a second time, I laughed out loud just seeing his other eye was a different color, and I was like, oh my god, please, someone has to change that, because, like, no one, I hope one of the Avengers mentions, like, why is your eye a different color, and, you know, like, you know, take it out and show them, which would be kind of interesting, but at the same time gross. But Gamora had, you know, probably a lot of screen time from most of the Guardians, because she had probably more than Iron Man in the group, but she was by herself. She had the biggest screen time because, you know, she's with Thanos, and then Thanos killed her, which that was really sad, because, like, she was like, Thanos, you never loved anybody, and you started crying, you know, Red Skull, which I get to him later too, and then, you know, he took her and just threw her off. I was like, oh gosh, Thanos. But, you know, that was really sad. Like, I really felt sad. I thought, you know, like, how Starlight kind of messed up at the end because of her. But I really did like Gamora, especially her chemistry with Thanos. Like, how she, you know, she, like, hates him so much. But at the same time, you can kind of tell she sort of still does love him, you know. That even how much he does hate him. Like, remember when she stabbed him in the collector's place? It was like nowhere or something. It wasn't nowhere. Yeah, I think it was nowhere. When she stabbed him, she, like, busted out crying because Thanos was like, you know, daughter, why? And I was like, oh, you know, she still hates him, but still the fact loves him, you know, because she can't just hate him, like, and especially even showing, you know, how they first met, which it was really sad, because, like, you know, he was trying to be like, he was like a dad, and he was, like, you know, trying to make her look away, because while he was slaughtering all of her people, that was really sad too. So, yeah, you know, Groot and Rocket. I really did like Groot in this movie, you know, he says, I am Groot. Drax, I felt like I don't really like Drax being really comedic from because the first Guardians, he wasn't really comedic. I mean, it was like one or two scenes he had, but now it's like overblown, but, you know, I'm getting used to it still. I really do, I did like some of the jokes that Drax did, like the one who was singing Still, eating the chips. I really liked Rocket, making fun of Star-Lord, and Groot, you know, I am Groot. He was alright. I actually know when Groot passed away, someone said that he called Rocket father at the end or something, which I think the director confirmed it. Was, wow, that's really sad. So, yeah, you know. Captain America probably is one of my favorite Marvel characters, and they get a lot of screen time in this movie. Like, what the heck? He did get a few lines, but, like, most characters talk more than him. Like, even War Machine and Falcon got more lines than him, because he only says, like, 2 or 3 lines for, like, most of the movie. Like, there's like one scene where he, like, talks constantly, which that's the scene where he was talking to Bruce Banner about the Vision thing, which that was the only real time he actually talked. But he didn't really get a lot of screen time. I was still mad about that. He didn't even get the shield back, because I'm like, oh my gosh, why you gotta do this to Cap, my dude, Cap? And I was like, I was kind of mad about it. But still, at the same time, I understand. I really want to see him, Iron Man again, and, you know, squash their beef. I mean, he did meet Bruce, which, you know, he has to explain to Bruce about, you know, him being in space. Well, Bruce has to explain to him about him being in space, and Cap's gonna be like, there's aliens? Well, I mean, he did meet Groot, and, you know. So Steve Rogers, I was really mad he didn't get, you know, a lot of chemistry. He didn't really talk a lot. More was just, you know, he did a lot of stuff in the big fight scene that was really, you know, really shined at, which he really didn't do anything except, like, you know, hit stuff. Which, it was okay. It was only, like, I'm still kind of mad that, you know, he didn't get a lot of screen time. I understand the movie was really clustered, but he's technically the first Avenger, because Captain America is the first Avenger, so he's technically the first Avenger, but the first Avenger doesn't even get, you know, he's not even, like, one of the main characters in the movie. That's Iron Man. So I was like, you know, I can kind of understand it, but I'm still at the same time, I'm kind of frustrated. And Wakanda sometimes. But, alright. Black Panther. I felt Black Panther had, you know, after his movie just came out, you know, people are still on the Black Panther hype. When Black Panther first showed up, everybody was like, woo! whoa, you know, they was like shouting Wakanda forever and whatever he said. It was the one guy who was like, Yahoo Master, Yahoo Master. You know what I'm talking about. But I really like Black Panther in this movie. Him and the bald-headed girl, I forgot her name, Akina or something. But I really did like them too. I really did like Black Panther in this movie because, you know, people are still in the hype of Black Panther. But when he died, cause like me and my friends were joking that if they kill off Black Panther, half theater is gonna leave it because, you know, half theater is now black because Black Panther. But and when Black Panther died, the first time I laughed out loud. So I was like, oh my god. Then everybody started complaining. I was like, oh my gosh. But I really did like him. I really did like Black Panther's movie. He had sometimes, I really did like his sister. I really did like her chemistry with Bruce Banner. I want to see her and Stark and Bruce Banner talk together just to see, you know, who's the smartest out of all of them, which I'm pretty sure it's her, you know, T'Challa's sister. I really like Akira, I think that's her name, the bald-headed girl on the left. She was really cool, especially that fight scene with her, Black Widow and Scarlet Witch. That was sweet, beating up one of the children of Thanos. That was really sweet. So I really did enjoy those three characters. They were really good. I would like if they had more screen time, you know, honestly. But, you know, the movie takes place at the end. So I understand why they get on screen time, because Black Panther just came out. So I kind of understand why, you know, because they already got their whole movie like a couple months ago. So I still do understand why they're not, you know, one of the biggest key characters since, you know, some of the characters haven't been in the screen light for a while. But I kind of do understand. With Thor, Scarlet Witch was kind of a game changer, you know. Her and Thor kind of killed a whole bunch of those things, off-breakers, I forget what they're called, Offspring or something like that. And then what Okoye said, which I remember her name now, why wasn't she here on the field the whole time? You know, so sorry for the bad accent. But still, I really did like the scene where her and Vision fought off the two children of Thanos. That was actually kind of cool. Still, understand that she wasn't really a key character, but still, since, you know, she's with the Vision, which I understand how the relationship works, because, you know, he's an android or cyborg. Technically, I think he's technically a cyborg, not an android. So, you know, he has human parts, but has other stuff too, like robotic. But still, I really did like how you know, how she tried to protect the Vision, how, you know, he got his butt beat in the beginning when he got impaled. That was kind of cool and, you know, sad, because I thought he was gonna be the one to die. I mean, at the end he did die, but I thought he was gonna die right there in that scene, getting his little gem taken out. So, you know, all the trailers kind of threw us all off track. I like Vision in this movie. I know he's kind of a key component. Vision was interesting in this movie. I didn't really like him in Age of Ultron. I thought he was alright, but he was something. I liked him, the parts he was in. You know, he kind of was weak for half the movie. Like in Age of Ultron, he kind of was super powerful. Like, you know, I mean, for like half the movie, you know, people were hunting him down. He got like stabbed and stuff. For half the movie, he wasn't really powerful. I'm kind of glad they didn't have a lot of scenes with him and Scarlet Witch, which, you know, that made a lot of sense. Even the parts with him and Scarlet Witch, it was still kind of sad, which I thought was still interesting. One thing I can't get behind, which is probably my biggest nitpick of all, I hate the Vision costume. Ever since Age of Ultron, I've hated his costume. I love the comic book version of Vision. I cannot get past the weird looking flesh tone. Like, he has, like, I don't know. I like the comic book version way better. This one I just can't get past it. I don't know why, but that's just a nitpick, or my opinion mostly. But still, I like the Vision comic book version. They're probably never gonna have the comic book version, but because, you know, he died and stuff. So yeah, you know. Children of Thanos, I felt like, well, we already know, did not get a lot of screen time because, you know, the movie was already full up. There was tons of characters already. I felt like they could have, you know, maybe introduced him in another movie or did it in a later movie. I still understand why they were in the movie, but they killed him off so quickly. I think it would have made more sense to, you know, keep them alive and then have them, you know, maybe fight more and more of the Avengers in the next movie, so they'll come back and you can understand more of who they are and stuff. I think the only one who really got a lot of character development was Ebony Maw, or what like people like to call him now, Squidward, which I felt like he, you know, I felt like all of them really didn't get a lot of time, but Ebony Maw got a couple lines and stuff. For some reason, he had like an accent, like he was like Scottish, which that was kind of weird since he's an alien. But still, I feel like they would got more time. I understand the movie was already cleared up, so maybe don't have them in the movie. Maybe have Thanos have like androids or just Chitauri soldiers from the first Avengers attack all the Avengers or something. maybe something like that instead of like, these guys being in the movie. But, like, introduce them in another movie or something, or maybe have them all fight like solo Avengers by themselves, and maybe have Ebony Maw fight Ant-Man, or Maximo Prime fight Black Widow, or one of Black Panthers, or fight one of them in a solo movie or something like that. Then have them, show back up in another movie instead of having them in this movie, because they all got killed off. So I feel like it was just like a waste just to have them in the movie. But still, I understand why they didn't have a lot of screen time. It makes sense. So I want to mention, so Red Skull is back as the Soul Stone Keeper. Now, I was kind of confused about this since, he had the Tesseract, and when he used it, he got teleported randomly. So apparently, I guess they made him connect to another stone. They never really explained that, which kind of makes sense. But still, at the same time, I thought it was kind of confusing. Red Skull isn't going to come back, I guess, as a villain. Maybe he's just going to stay there. It'd be interesting to see him come back, but I think maybe he's reformed from being a Nazi, because he said he made a lot of mistakes, so he's probably changed to being a villain now. I'm really surprised. I know it isn't the guy who played Red Skull. It's like some guy who does impressions of him that plays Red Skull. So I think they really, when they have him come back, unless they have the actress. I know the actor isn't going to come back playing Red Skull. I'm not for sure. But I'm really shocked that he came back of all people, so they never really mentioned him or hinted towards him. It was interesting just to see him come back and show, maybe he's still alive, which I guess he maybe have the universe killed him too, maybe, but we don't really know. Loki's death. A lot of Avengers died in this movie, but I know certainly some are going to come back. I'm not sure about Gamora. Maybe Gamora is going to come back, but also she had to do with the Soul Stone, so maybe not. Maybe if they can reverse time, or maybe Captain Marvel can do something, maybe she'll come back, but I'm not really certain. Loki, of all people, I'm sure is not going to come back. In the beginning of the movie, he was fighting with Hulk and them, and Thanos strangled him so hard his guys got bloodshot, like that one photo I used to have, because I got really sick. But horribly, and he turned blue, which you guys don't know. He was a frost giant, and that blue in the first story, his true form is when he turned blue. I think his eyes were also bloodshot when he turned to a frost giant. I'm not sure, but he turned blue. And all the other movies, when he died, he wouldn't turn blue, which that was his true form. So I'm pretty confident they're gonna make Loki stay dead. They're gonna at least have one character stay dead. It's gonna be Gamora or Loki, or have both of them stay dead, because this movie's big. So Loki turned blue, and a lot of people were like, they wouldn't kill Hulk. Yes, they would. I feel like that would be a lot to show, this movie is not going to at least kill off some of the other characters too. Like, they killed just them two, I think, were like key component characters, Gamora and Loki. So I feel like Loki's going to stay dead because he turned blue. That's his true form. So he's not going to come back. I'm 100%, 99.9% sure he's not going to come back. So, yes. Okay, let's get to end credits. So the end credits hints toward Captain Marvel, which you guys don't know Captain Marvel is. I don't remember her origin that well, but I remember, Thanos, he had a place called Titan. She inhaled something called a Titan serum, and basically it made her give powers, or she's about powerful as Thanos, so maybe she can wield the gauntlet too. I know they're also hinting to Adam Warlock from the first Guardians Volume 2, which he's probably going to show up in Volume 3, so he's not going to be in the next Avengers movie, unless maybe he does show up from the Golden People, which I don't think they would have him in that. So he'll be in Volume 3, which I'm pretty confident he's going to be in that. So Captain Marvel, she's going to take the gauntlet and maybe wish everybody back, or beat up Thanos, so he'll wish everybody back, or maybe he'll reverse time and be like, what I did was so wrong, so I'll reverse time or something. But, I know she's getting a movie was going to take place in the 90s, and, in the end credits, also, her and Nick Fury are friends. They said in the movie it's going to take place with Skrulls, and I saw there was just a couple screen or shots of the set. It showed Nick Fury without the eye patch. Maybe that's just Samuel Jackson without the eye patch on, or maybe it has something to do with the movie. Maybe it's going to show one of the Skrulls maybe took his eye, or cut out one of his eyes. That'd be interesting. So I think Captain Marvel is gonna be. I think the Captain Marvel movie is gonna be Captain Marvel and Nick Fury together, more of like a buddy cop movie. So I'm really excited to see that. I want to see how he lost his eye, and I want to see Captain Marvel in Avengers 4. I really do want to see her. I know we haven't really got, I know we got pictures of her costume, but it looks so weird. I hope that was like, screen testing or something. But I'm really excited to see her in the next Avengers movie. Honestly, and I don't see her beating up Thanos. Maybe she can beat up Thanos, because I don't know if they're gonna say that she had the origin with the Titan serum. I don't know. It wasn't a Titan serum. It was the name of the guy from the first Guardians. Whoever his name of his people, how powerful they are. She had the serum from them. I forgot. You guys should look up her origin, because I honestly forgot some of her origin. but I really want to see her in Avengers 4, which I'm pretty sure she's going to be in it 100%. 99.9% sure she's going to be in Avengers 4 because they headed to her in the end credits. So a lot of characters in Avengers Infinity War, tons of them, you know, like Mantis, which I didn't really mention her. She was alright in the movie, honestly. Didn't really have a lot of, well, she did, you know, hypnotize Thanos. I thought she was really likable. She was alright. That's all I really got to say before Mantis. Sorry, guys. But that was Avengers Infinity War. I really enjoyed this movie. I liked everything about it. I know that like characters didn't get a lot of screen time. I'm still mad about, you know, certain stuff in the movie, but most of it, it's understandable. There are some plot holes in this movie, like with the time stone and stuff, which they haven't really explained that. Some characters not getting development, but most of my criticism is understandable. I understand that some of this criticism you really can't fix, and some of it, I'm just being nitpicky, like, just from, like, a comic book standpoint, I'm just being nitpicky. But honestly, I loved this movie, really did, loved all the characters just being together. So, tell me how you guys felt about the movie. Tell me if I missed something, or, you know, if I missed a certain character, or if you guys want me to expand on a certain character, like, you know, like you guys see in the top right, next to Winter Soldier, Hawkeye, which he wasn't even in the movie. I'm kind of mad that certain characters like Hawkeye or Ant-Man didn't show up in this movie, which Ant-Man kind of understandable at the same time really isn't, since, you know, the world's kind of ending. Same thing for Hawkeye, which, you know, Hawkeye just shoots a bow and arrow. I mean, Green Arrow's cooler in my opinion, but still. Tell me how you guys felt about it in the comments below. Thank you guys for watching. I know this video is 2 months late. I gotta do a Deadpool 2 review probably the next week because I haven't seen the movie yet because I've just been lazy for a whole week while I've been doing like real life stuff, personal stuff, you know. But I know I haven't reviewed a couple videos in a while. Thank you guys for watching, and you know, if you guys want me to review anything, I'll take suggestions. You know, I just reviewed Devilman, so I'm trying to change up content. I want to do a top 10 or top 5 YouTube cartoons. I know a certain YouTuber just did that, which I'm probably gonna mention that video. But I do have a lot of upcoming videos coming out. Summer's almost here, so I'm gonna try to get back to Steven Universe, since I want to do that every single summer. I want to get back to Steven Universe. I want to make a whole video about like all the stuff I've missed. So thank you guys for watching. Tell me how you guys feel about the movie. Tell you guys got any speculation or any criticism for me, at least, because I want more criticism. Because, you know, most of the stuff is unscripted. I do have notes, like I have notes written down for what I want to say, but most of it's really unscripted. So I hope you guys realize that. So thank you guys for watching, and as always, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.
The end is near. When I'm done, half of humanity will still exist. Perfectly balanced, as all things should be. I hope they remember you.